So continuing where we left off here, again, if you had pulled the credit report, you would have done that under the debts tab to pull it here. Again, if you need to manually enter a creditor, you go here, or once you pull the credit report, your creditors will be listed here, and you can select which to include and which to exclude. Once you've done that, you're going to go back and fill in the banking information under the bank tab. And once you have all the banking information entered, click Save Bank. Once you have that information entered, again, you're going to go back and enter the proper enrollment plan, go to the client dashboard and click Enrollment. And then here, be sure you're checking your state list and select the proper enrollment base plan. It's either going to be Elevate FSP, which FSP is with the Fresh Start plan, the add-on included, and the or you can select if you have the red states, if it's an attorney state, you'll select red state. So the system is set up, but again, it's always good to double check when selecting the base plan. Again, it should only give you the option for example, Florida is a green state, so it should only give you the option to select the green, which you should be selecting the Elevate-FSP. And again, FSP stands for the Fresh Start Plan. Just to give you another example, if we were to change this consumer state to Georgia, which is a red or attorney state, go to enrollment, the base plan, and you'll see it gives you the option for red. So on a red or attorney state, you would select red state dash FSP. So if we go ahead and we select that, you'll see it generates all this information here for you. Payment method, ACH, the program length. So again, based on the enrollment criteria, you have the max, make sure you stay within the guidelines of the maximum program length. So in this one, we're going to go ahead and go, say, 36 months. So again, you'll have all this information here. They have the creditors. Be sure you have the creditors who are included checked, that are being included in the program. You're selecting the program length. And again, the system should automatically give you the max program term that you can select. So you should be able to go farther out based on the program terms. The settlement fee will default. So on the green states, it's 25%. On the red states, it would be 27%. And the Fresh Start plan is if the client's debt is under 25K, it'll default to one time $249. And if their debt load is over 25K, it'll default to $349. And then monthly, it is $54.99, regardless of their debt load. So again, all these numbers should automatically populate. The estimated settlement we quote is 45%. And then you select the first payment date. It does need to be 5 business days out. So again, a minimum of 5 business days, or if you're counting weekends, then a minimum of 7 days. So 5 business days or 7 days. California, due to the 3-day hold period, the mandatory 3-day hold period, again, it has to be at least 8 business days is the earliest you can schedule a California first draft. Again, California, the client does get the agreement, is able to sign it immediately, but then the file has to sit basically in cyberspace for 3 days, exactly 72 hours from when they've completed signing, and then the signed agreement will get loaded into the system. So again, make sure you put a first draft date. It can be no longer than 30 days out. So if a consumer needs it to be 35, 40 days out, then we do request that you basically need to follow up with that client and get them to sign the agreement later on. Just if they cannot make a payment within 30 days, typically from our experience, they're just not committed to it. That first draft is going to end up NSFing, so you'll need to contact them closer to the 30-day window to be able to get them to sign. Reoccurring start date is the second draft and the dates after that. So again, here this client looking to draft on April 24th. Reoccurring draft date will be on the 24th of each month thereafter. Once you have all that completed, you're going to click Save and Generate Contract. That'll generate the agreement to send to the consumer. And when you click that, it'll take you to this screen. So to send the agreement, you've got to select Package, and then be sure that you select the proper package. So for this one, it's an attorney state. Again, we do have the agreements in Spanish. Somebody prefers to receive that in Spanish. We have the California. So this one, Elevate FSP Consumer Agreement English. But again, this is a state attorney state. So we're doing state attorney consumer agreement English, but does not have the FSP. So this one, state attorney FSP consumer agreement English. Select that. And you want to click send to ClickSign, and you'll click this generate document package, and it'll generate and send the consumer an email for them to sign. So once it's generated that, again, click here, send for signature. So again, then you select that there, send, to send that document to the consumer. And you can click here, go under docs, click sign docs, and see that it was sent. See the status here. So the client will receive an email. And just to show you, this is what the email looks like. It's coming from notifications at clicksign.com. And again, this is what the email looks like that the consumer is receiving. So again, be sure to inform them to look for an email coming from notifications at clicks with an X there, sign.com. We'll simply click on that email. Check here, and they begin signing. Once they've signed all the signatures and initial sections, be sure that they do click Finish Document. So again, some consumers, they finish doing all the signing and they forget to do that. They do need to click Finish Document in order for it to come back to you fully signed. So once you have that, you can go back over here to your Docs tab. So once the consumer's completed the e-sign, come back to the Doc tab here. Again, you can view that and see that the signatures are there. We open it up. This page is frozen up for me, unfortunately. But again, you can see that the signatures are on that agreement. You're going to come down here. You're going to go signed contract, gateway authorization. Click this to upload the signed agreement. Click e-sign docs. Select the proper one. Click select file. And again, if it's a California file, you won't have that option. The agreement will not show up there for 3 days. So you'll need to set a reminder to come back and load that file in 3 days. So once you've, again, uploaded the signed agreement, you'll see it loaded down here under the Docs tab. The next thing is, again, make sure that you have completed the compliance call. Again, we do require your team to do a mandatory recorded compliance call following our script that is in the training Dropbox training folder. Once you have that compliance call completed, you'll need to upload it. Again, go to the Docs tab and you simply need to click on the upload files. And you can drag and drop it here or click here, go find that document and load it here as compliance call. So you'll open that up. Again, I have an example of compliance call here. Click open. And you're going to select audio recording. Be sure to type compliance call and click upload. You'll see it successfully uploaded here. Once we do that, we need to submit the file. We're going to submit it to our compliance team. So you'll click on enrollment and click submit file. And you'll see here, contact submitted. So now it's gone to our compliance team. They'll review the file, and as long as, again, everything looks correct on the file, they're either going to select, they'll select approve. If it's approved, it gets submitted to our back end, and it'll be assigned to our compliance, to a welcome call team. Again, our welcome call has our teams, our pods of 3 or 4. And the welcome call will be attempted the next business day. So again, if you submit a file today, that welcome call is going to be attempted tomorrow. Be sure to let the client know to expect that phone call, provide them with the proper phone number, tell them to put it in their cell phone, save it as Elevate, and to answer that call or return that call as soon as possible if they happen to miss that call. Again, very critical that we get those welcome calls completed. We see a much higher success rate of first drafts clearing with those that do receive that welcome call. The other item, again, if the file is returned for some reason, you included something that is not on our enrollment criteria list, you included a creditor that we do not accept, you will need to go delete that agreement that was uploaded down here, replace it once you get it signed. So you have to generate, basically go fix the item that needs to be corrected, send a new agreement out to the client. The client will need to sign a whole new agreement and upload it again, and then submit that document again. So again, very critical that be sure to review the agreement before sending it to the client, make sure everything is correct. Whoever is doing your compliance calls, I highly suggest they put their eyes on the agreement as well, look at everything, make sure everything is correct before they do that compliance call. And again, the compliance call do need to follow the script, have that agreement uploaded there. Whoever submitted the file is who will receive the notification of whether the agreement was approved or returned. So be sure that they're checking those emails and staying on top of that as well. Thank you.